Hi there, Gemini. Thank you so very much for tuning in. This is your mid-August reading. It will span roughly the 15th to the 31st of the month. Of course, though, energy is fluid, so it may permeate a little before the 15th, a little after the 31st. Without further ado, Gemini, let us get started. Right off the bat, I'm hearing Sagittarius for you. So however that may resonate with you, Gemini, there is a focus for a number of you perhaps on travel. Okay, I'm hearing out of bounds, something about beyond the border, the limits, the horizon, something very expansive energy, and it speaks to an emotional new beginning. Okay, Ace of Cups, right up and out, new beginnings for you, Gemini. This is refreshing, and the feeling that I'm getting for you, especially as I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, was a focus on the heart chakra. Okay, I'm hearing love systems of love, matters of recognition and reciprocity. So the give and the take, Gemini, you're remaining cognizant of it. Okay, interesting way these cards are moving. You have here the Sun of Pentacles in reverse, overlaying the Eight of Cups upright. You have the World on the other side of the spread here, parallel to these two cards on the right, the Sun of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. So there's somewhat of a I'm hearing a recognition of purpose, of aim, as it pertains to the Sun of Pentacles and the World. This may be a Capricorn individual, one who, okay, okay, I'm hearing layers of the stratosphere. So whatever that may mean to you, Gemini, this individual may be involved in, I'm hearing burgeoning. Okay, so, I'm hearing crystal clear ventures, which is interesting because as I was saying that, right, it's like the words are getting jumbled. So there's something of a dichotomy, of an irony to whatever this predicament has been with a certain individual that may be pertaining to matters of career, partnership, finances, but that which is related to the emotional realm as well. There's an emotional side to the story. I'm getting that it's a past, okay? And whoever this individual is, if this is not you, Sun of Pentacles, being another individual of an earth element, one who's very much focused, got their mind's eye focused on the emotional side of whatever the story is. And I'm hearing revelation. And as I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, Gemini, I was hearing revolving door. So something is moving in and something is moving out. It's like a washing out effect. Okay, and I'm getting yet again, it's greatly emotional. So there's something purifying about whatever this transition and this transformation is. But your focus, Gemini, is on your sense of emotional replenishment. Okay, and the experience of that, the readiness for that, the prioritization of what drives you emotionally to seek more, to seek deeper, okay, from that which you've experienced. Okay, excuse me, Gemini. All right, now you have this Three of Cups upright, right beneath the Ace of Cups, mirroring the Ace of Cups. Cups, water, a big emphasis for you here. Eight of Cups as well. You have overlaying the Three of Cups, the Three of Swords upright, overlaying the High Priestess in reverse, overlaying the Father of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, very interesting, but I will say this first and foremost. I'm losing my voice, right? As I'm saying, as I'm referencing this, I'm hearing this this material, this emotional material. Okay, there's something, it's like getting choked up, okay, a little bit, so to speak. It's like a, I'm hearing dilating. Okay, so whatever that may mean to you, it's like a sensitive point. I'm hearing a sensitive point of contention, whatever this turnaround is, whatever this emotional renewal, this new beginning emotionally, it may have to do with, this is what I'm getting for you, Gemini. It's like, whatever this new beginning is for you, okay, I'm hearing this plea for greater emotional harmony and truth. Okay, internal calibration, first and foremost with ourselves, and then, right, by way of holding that internal frequency, sharing that space with others, that loving space with others. It involves other groups of people. So I don't see it as, right, you just darting off on your own. There's a question, okay, there's a contemplation of the greater collective, in your efforts of seeking out greater, I'm getting harmony, harmony, harmony. Okay, so family groups, I'm hearing family groups, systems of security, work groups, I'm hearing work groups for a number of you, may be involved in whatever this new beginning is. Okay, so there's some overlay, but there is, yet again, right? It's like, it's interesting, Gemini, because on one hand, you're projecting your personal needs and your personal nature, your emotional nature. Okay, I'm getting that, but sort of like out on the front line, knowing very well, right, that it's almost, I'm seeing it as like it's like a bait. Okay, it's like bait attached to some sort of string, like a line of string, and it's ultimately attached to a greater, I'm hearing a greater whole. So, and I'm getting macro body, micro body. There's something about, okay, the individuality that you acknowledge is of the essence in whatever this transformation is, okay, the dawn of this new day, so to speak, but also the simultaneous awareness that your actions, okay, I'm hearing, must be aligned with those of others in some shape or form, as you may feel it, as you may see it. Okay, and there's this doubling over effect. I'm getting, it's like a doubling over effect. It's like a mirroring and a reciprocity. Major focus for you, reciprocity. Now you have here 2 threes, 3 of swords upright, mirroring this 3 of cups. Very interesting. And sandwiched in between those 2 cards, the 2 threes, you have the High Priestess in reverse, Father of Pentacles in reverse, water and earth, which we're already seeing, right? Laid out on the table here. You have the Son of Pentacles, you have the Father of Pentacles. These 2 individuals may be, I'm hearing referencing. They may be related in some kind of way to one another. And I will say this, Gemini, there is an eagerness, okay, an eagerness to I'm here to shout it out, to get it out, to communicate, to bring forth, bring forth truth, matters of truth, of emotional revelation. And I'm getting that there are other people involved. I'm getting that Son of Pentacles, Father of Pentacles. It's interesting because the Father of Pentacles is almost like an onlooker, okay, to this trio here. This may be 3 individuals. This may be, right, some sort of community. Okay, I'm getting work ethic, work effort, work ethic. Father of Pentacles, okay, has his back turned, her back turned to the High Priestess. So there's this, it's like an alliance, okay? It's an ally of forces, but at the same time, one that is almost like antagonistic a little bit, okay? So, High Priestess, I'm getting that, right, I generally get with the High Priestess that it speaks of a very Neptunian energy, Pisces-like energy, water energy, deeply intuitive, very much so. It's actually the most intuitive card in the deck. So, the contrast, the polarity of these 2 forces, it's like, and I'm hearing hacky sack. Okay, the feeling that I'm getting with these 2 is, you know that game, right, the relay race, right, where 2 individuals, they have 1 foot in the potato sack, and they've got to like hop, okay, to the finish line and make it, as like the winner, I'm getting as the winner. So, right, and in that moment of dire cooperation, right, that's almost like when the true colors come out, right? It's like, right, before you hop in the potato sack, right, you guys may be like best friends, like I love you too, you know, but then you get into the potato sack, and halfway through you're like, why aren't you moving your right foot like I'm moving my right foot? You know, it's like, so there's a duality, I'm hearing there's a harmony, there's an inherent harmony by way of the polarity. And you recognize that if you resonate with this being you and another individual, if this is you and another person, especially one who is very more structured, more rigid, I'm hearing rigor, okay, I'm hearing form and financial, I'm hearing stratosphere again, okay, so one who is more grounded, okay, takes a very practical, logical approach to things, you may recognize the importance, okay, of harmonizing with one another to capacitate the progress that you both seek, and you aim to seek out. You have the devil here that's catching my attention. It's in reverse, right on the theme placement in your stack. So, and it's in reverse. Okay, it speaks of Capricorn. Capricorn energy may be very prominent for you here, okay? And or a reference to finances, career, and the pursuit of accomplishing goals. But yet again, it's very interesting because you have this almost this thin veil, okay? I'm hearing of alliance that is held within the emotional I'm hearing synchronicity, one, but also synchrony, okay, that embodies two halves of the same whole. So it's vulnerable. It comes down to vulnerability. Again, heart chakra, right? As I've been getting through strongly for you, and you have amethyst here at the top left-hand corner of your spread and your apex. There's a focus absolutely on the emotional realm. And it's like you can't sacrifice one without the other, as I'm feeling it for you. And you recognize that wherever the financial material sense of security, and the stability of progress and movement forward with your, I'm getting financial, material ideals and goals, maybe on hold almost, right? Like at a point of standstill, you recognize that we can't just push, right? We can't just both just keep like run with the potato sack. We have to coordinate, and that requires us to connect on a very deep emotional level, right? Where we are just opening ourselves to each other. Right? So there's a sense of, I'm hearing acclaim. Okay, I'm hearing acclaim. I'm also hearing public acclaim for a number of you. This may be a public venture. This may be something that it requires of you to take things more public in terms of how you characterize the progress that's being made through the project. Okay, I'm hearing project for a number of you. And so it's this coming out effect. It's this coming out, and perhaps speaking about your profession of truth. I'm hearing that strongly for a number of you. Your profession of truth. Okay, but you both have your sights set on whatever this world is, whatever this revolution is. I'm hearing it as revolution. But it requires of you both to move on from the past, whatever past emotional stagnancy has characterized, right? So it's coming to that point where you both look at each other and say, I'm ready, right, to dock. Let's dock. Let's dock together so that we can move this ship forward, setting out to sail, right? To embark upon lands, right? Rather than just driving through relentlessly. Okay. Sorry about the barking, guys. Bandit. He's something has caught his attention. Has caught his eye. I'm back to mention that for you guys. So you may even, it's like this, with the feeling I'm getting, right? Son of Pentacles has an eye, a very, very close eye on Ace of Cups, okay? And the world. Looking through the Ace of Cups to the world, okay? And again, right? Son of Pentacles is mirroring the world. Son of Pentacles is attached, though, in some kind of way to this Eight of Cups, to this emotional past, stagnancy, okay? Perhaps it's something is perhaps holding, okay, this individual in a state of, like, not in a way fully releasing, and hopefully not, right? And it's not necessarily negative or positive, however you take it, Gemini. There's something that holds the attention or the place. It's like I'm hearing place marker for the Son of Pentacles to remain in a state of almost standby in relation to these old emotions. Okay, I'm getting specifically old emotions, but there's this anomaly, okay, that characterized whatever this experience was for this individual. Okay, and I have this labradorite stone that sits above this Eight of Cups. It's like something, okay, I'm getting spinning wheels. Something is not making sense to this individual as it pertains to this past, this world of emotions. They want, okay, to move forward. There's a desire to transform their relation to the emotional realm. Okay, but it's like almost they're waiting to come full circle with whatever this emotional path is. Okay, some kind of way perhaps, but I'm getting deep. I'm hearing deep water, deep water. Okay, now you have here, and this may be your own propensity, right? If you, especially if you have a lot of water in your chart, or if you feel that this is tied to a financial, I'm hearing relationship for a number of you, financial relationship, your relationship with your finances, and how that is related perhaps to your emotional satisfaction, okay, and fulfillment, sense of fulfillment. Now, okay, I'm getting, regardless, that it can be an emotional relationship, and the measures and I'm hearing the questions of measured progress through it, almost like plot points. How do we get to the next stage, the next level? Okay, but again, I'm hearing revolving door, revolving door. But think of a revolving door, right, Gemini? It's kind of like, in order to make it through the revolving door, right, especially if it's spinning really fast, you've got to like time it. You've got to coordinate it, especially if you're with another person. Let's say, you know, you're holding someone's hand and you're both walking into the revolving door, right? Especially if the individual cabins, okay, of the revolving door are smaller, right? It's almost like, right, let's say you're holding their hand, you have to, right, coordinate, say, okay, well, I'm going to go on this one first, and then let's say you'll go on that one, and then we'll meet each other on the other side, right? It's like coordination. It's a collective effort, but it requires both of you to stand independently, right? At least momentarily for a period of time. I'm here to gather and collect your thoughts as well. So, but I'm getting, in order to ensure that you make it through, okay, make it through, you both have to, I'm hearing you both have to come clean with whatever it is. Again, sense of vulnerability on the table for you, Gemini. Strong, strong, strong. What is it that brings you together to a state of acceptance, of sheer acceptance of what that individual, that other person, that other individual embodies? What do they represent for you? What do they reflect for you that you appreciate? That means a lot to you without, right, recognizing their actions. Their actions. There's a great emphasis on, right? It's like, I don't even need to see you do anything, right? I feel that there is a reciprocity, I'm hearing, of truth. Of resounding truth. I'm hearing resounding faith as well. And it's that moment, okay, of stillness, of silence, where, right, you're just looking at each other. And this is what I'm imagining, Gemini. It's like, imagine, right, again, the potato hacky sack, potato sack race. Okay, so many references coming through for you, visual references as well. Okay, and it's like you're both, right, in the hacky sack, and let's say, right, there's been this like tumultuous sort of energy, right, where you're both like, it's just not, something is not moving smoothly together. Okay, comes the moment, right, where you both just, right, stop trying to make the change happen, and you begin, right? It's almost like you look at each other, you share this glance, and it's like a click. It's like a moment where you both just tune in energetically, right? The frequency, okay, of your interaction takes on greater, I'm hearing, strength. So it's like you there's something about connecting, okay, on a level that is unspoken, right, whereby no words may be necessary. And again, I was, right, I remember losing my voice as I was speaking to this Ace of Cups, Three of Cups, Eight of Cups. So, right, there is, I feel that you've come back to this place many, many, many times. Many, many, many times, Gemini. You both know what connects you deeply. And it's not the potato sack, right? It's not the fact that you both have one foot in. It's not the physical, tangible markers of getting your existence. I'm hearing as a couple. Okay, I'm hearing that for a number of you. But also the measured progress of your success, perhaps financially, materially. It's not about how you see or capacitate visually, okay, who you are and how you are one. Your form is formless. I'm hearing is motionless. And it's in that moment, yet again, of stillness where you're looking at each other, right? Both have one foot in the potato sack. You just turn to each other. And everything is still. Right? And you realize that no movement can be made until the moment in which we flow through each other and we bring it to a moment of stillness to the point at which it's so still and we're so in tune and in line and in harmony with our internal frequencies that we merge and we move. So it's something, right? It's like, imagine trying to run into the revolving door. Like you can't, like, you gotta like, and another analogy, and there's such an active mind, Gemini, during this period of time, and right, of course, ruled by Mercury. Gemini is very, very much, right, high-spirited sort of energy, okay? But another analogy is, right, imagine that you're trying to move through a portal, right? Like imagine like two birds trying to fly through this portal. It's a little bottleneck, this hole, and flying in tandem, okay? But imagine that, right, as you approach, right, the entry point into the next dimension, there's a need to synthesize it all, right? To synthesize everything you've brought with you to this point, maybe emotional as well, greatly, maybe speaking to whatever this Eight of Cups is referencing, okay? And bring it all together, harness it, okay? And yet again, right? Yet again, it requires coordination of the individual, okay, but also the I'm getting macrocosm, the whole. And it's almost like you've got the right wing, I've got the left. We've got to collaborate, okay, in such a way where our differences serve us, right, rather than hinder us. And so it's coming to that point of I'm getting synchronicity again for you, okay, but synchrony, okay, and it may have to do with the financial aspect of the endeavor and that which is the creative process, that which is logical and that which is more ethereal, more intuitively driven, right? Feeling through things and then thinking through things, discerning, right? By way of the logistics of, I'm here, community, okay? Yet again, of what it is we create means, perhaps even in society, right? Okay. So now you have this Three of Swords bouncing right around here. I wanted to pick it up here, and it just bounced over to the edge of the table. Three of Swords is mirroring the Three of Cups yet again. So this may be pertaining to matters of, I'm hearing career for you, okay? I'm getting like a legal bond, perhaps, as it pertains to the connection of forces, okay? There's a sense of expectation with whatever this union is. It may be you and two others, okay, three people total, who perhaps, or more, or it may just be your self-perception, your perceived ideals of community, okay, that take on a very intellectualized nature to them. Okay, so this may be a process of thinking through what systems, even I'm hearing social groups serve us in our joint venture, in our joint, I'm getting idealization, okay, of progress. And to which point, right, so there's something about the ideology, okay, of networks, of emotional social groups, of support groups that endow, okay, whatever this new beginning is, with a sense of emotional, I'm hearing again, reciprocity. Reciprocity. Where are we in line with ourselves and those around us? Where our work is aligned with those around us? Who is our audience? Okay. And so this is a question of discernment, absolutely. And if this is you and another individual, or if this is two other individuals who are determining whatever this, I'm hearing, scale of growth is, there's a question of how do we, right, merge these very two approaches to determining the landscape, okay, of what it is we create. So, okay, I'm getting, it's battling forces. It's battling forces. So it's very two contrasting viewpoints, approaches. But that is the beauty of it as well, Gemini. And I feel that you know that. And if this is speaking to a partnership, it's almost like you came together knowing that. And that was the aim. And yes, it may have caused, right, a lot of strife. I'm getting, right, the Eight of Cups that I just intuitively flipped over from the main stack yet again. Right, it's like through time and space of your interaction with this individual, right? In the beginning, right, it's like it may have been, I'm hearing it, spicy. Okay, interesting. Oh, you're so different. I'm so different. We're just two peas in a pod. Okay. In terms of stimulating our respective, I'm hearing unhinged sense of creativity, of creation. Something about your meeting with this individual was enchanting, almost. Okay, enchanting to the point of feeling like you inspire me because you're so different from me. You inspire me and you make me feel, right? You open my eyes to the possibilities. I'm hearing you make me dream. And I was beckoned to pull this Daughter of Swords out as I say that. And right, this is air energy. It may very well be your own. But there's this sense of steadiness, right, to this Daughter of Swords, which is, right, interesting because air is usually a very dynamic, right, dynamic, almost unstable even energy, right? Think about air moving very quickly, right, without any sort of measured progress or boundaries. And whatever this individual represented for you or brought to you energetically gave you a sense of calm. I'm hearing calm pastures as it pertains to the idealization of your goals, of achieving whatever it is that you of your creative assets, the channeling of your creative assets. And yet again, maybe an individual has a lot of earth in their chart, someone who's very practical, grounded, or who may be a financial system. Okay, so Gemini, I'm getting that this was like, right, the glory moment. It's like kind of in the beginning, okay, of whatever this interaction was. And over time, okay, I'm hearing raw nerves. Over time, okay, the differences, the polarity that characterize you two, okay, as one, I'm hearing as a working cog of the greater whole, of the greater collective, took its toll perhaps, okay, over time. And there was an emotional rawness, okay, to whatever it was, the building up of this interaction over time. And so there's a recognition that it's not that it doesn't work. Okay, I'm getting that for a number of you, but of course, right, general reading, take it as you will. Always, Gemini, use your own personal intuition, always. But it's not a question, I feel, for a number of you, that it doesn't work. The potential is there, absolutely. And I just intuitively flipped over this Judgment card. Okay, overlaying the Son of Cups. one who's very creative, very, very creative, okay? The potential to fly, right, is there by way of the acceptance of the polarity, right? When we see on this judgment card, we see the dark underbrush from which this dove, this beautiful bird. I'm hearing it's like lightning. It's light. This light just raises. Okay, I'm hearing raises frequency. So, and I'm hearing match point for you. So whatever that may mean to you, match point was coming through for a number of signs in the general August reading. A few honks there for you as well. So a point of reference for a number of you as I'm feeling it, but perhaps there is a recognition, I'm hearing recognition of truth, of solidity, of the foundation that is inherently bound by polar forces, and the grounds from which transformation is ultimately enabled, capacitated. Speaking to creative new beginnings, speaking to emotional new beginnings, speaking to vulnerability, right? Polar force is strongly, strongly coming through for you. Strongly, strongly coming through for you. Gemini, I'm hearing there's a pensiveness in motion, okay? So whatever this standstill is, it's not a matter, yet again, of the issue being the polar forces. It's, I feel, a matter of how these polar forces are recognized as inherently valuable to the overall growth and motion, okay, that's had of the greater whole. So it's about embodying these two parts, feeling them both, opening ourselves up to these two hemispheres in equal measure, to which point, right, in that moment where we are not so concentrated on channeling them so independently into each other to make movement forward, right, we absorb, okay, where they just simply take us by opening ourselves to them, okay? Thank you so very much, Gemini, for tuning in. I hope that this reading was helpful for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of your likes, your comments, your subscriptions. I'm so very touched by all of you, so thank you for connecting. And I've created a Twitter account. For those of you who may not yet know, I've created a Twitter account for Alchemy in You. The handle is Alchemy in You. So feel free to follow that that handle, okay, on Twitter. I update it periodically with any sort of news regarding the channel and when I post videos and such. So feel free to follow. Otherwise, thank you so very much for tuning in. Gemini as well, I highly, highly, highly recommend you to check out your rising, ascendant, or moon sign, as oftentimes those may provide you with further insights into your situation. For example, I know that I resonate a lot with my moon sign, even more than my sun sometimes. Depends. So take it as you will, Gemini. If you're compelled to watch a certain sign, even if, let's say, that sign is not your sun sign, your moon sign, right, your rising, you may have that sign prominently placed somewhere in your chart by way of house placement, by way of planetary placement, right, okay, etc. But, right, if you're called to check out a certain sign, and, right, it's like, ultimately we're all signs. All of us, we have a bit of every frequency in our being. And so, right, there may be a message for you in a video that you're drawn to. So take it as you will, Gemini. Thank you so very much again for tuning in, and I will see you soon. Bye.